You are looking at Photo News, South Canterbury's photographic newspaper, issue number 4 in January 1984. The publication had 17,000 copies and it was published by Photograph Newspapers Limited. And this is the front cover of issue number 4 in 1984. And here are the captions. Above, a lineup of beauties and all winners of the Caroline Bay Carnival. From left, Junior Miss Caroline Bay Cheryl Clark of Timaru, the Caroline Bay Jeans Girl Pam Leishman of Christchurch, the Queen of the Carnival Mrs Eleanor Hines of Pariora, the Princess of the Sands Trina Hallett of Brisbane, Australia, and Miss Caroline Bay Kaiwa Atkins of Christchurch. On the left-hand side here we have 4 members of the Watson family of Timaru who chalked up an impressive list of successes at the Caroline Bay Carnival. Miss Cheryl Watson holds 2-year-old Michelle, who won the Tiny Tots competition for girls under 5 years. In the centre of the photograph is Fiona, 9, who took 3rd place in the Miss Cutie contest for competitors aged 8 and 9 years. At the right is 5-year-old Tania, the winner of the Junior Miss Cutie title. Mrs Watson and Tania also won the mother and daughter contest for the 3rd year running. Mrs Watson and Fiona won the same contest during the 1978 and 79 Carnival. Mrs Watson won the Junior Miss Caroline Bay in 1971-72, was Holiday Queen in 78 and 79, and Queen of the Carnival in 1981 and 1982. 1980 to 82. There you have it. Photo News, issue number 4, January 1984. On page 2 of Photo News, issue number 4, we have more photos of the carnival. On the left-hand side here, not exactly bubbling with joy, are 3 place getters in the New Zealand Insurance Group's Tiny Tots Parade. From left are Alana Marie Taylor of Timaru, 2nd, Emma Fairley of Timaru, and the winner, Michelle Watson. Alongside it here we have 7-year-old Joanna Morris and her brother Chris, aged 3, had a great time covering their father Phil Morris of Dunedin with sand. 3 cuties. Milani Archer, aged 9 of Christchurch, the winner of the Miss Cutie contest, with Natasha Wood, 8 of Christchurch, the 2nd place getter at left, and at right, Fiona Watson, aged 9 of Timaru, who was 3rd. Here we have another photo. The star of the contest, Billy T. James, drew a great crowd of about 18,000 on New Year's Day. The dynamic, humorous television star more than pleased the crowds. Having a few problems during the performance, magician John Zalando endeavours to clear the stage of enthusiastic young fans. The page was sponsored by Newman's Music Store. Newman's Music. Stephen Newman there, Warren Blakey, trained stringed instrument repairer and piano tuner, John McMillan, advisor, Ken Smith, trained brass and woodwind instrument repairer and piano tuner. There it is, Newman's Music Centre. Looking across the page, more photos of the carnival. 3 young ladies were good reasons for their happy faces. The winner of the Cadbury's Junior Miss Caroline Bay contest, Cheryl Clark of Timaru, with the 2nd place getter, Paula McKinnon of Timaru, and Karen Ballantyne of Mosgiel, who was awarded third place. The winner of the Waddies Princess of the Sands competition was a visitor from Brisbane, Australia, Trina Hallett. Third place went to Caroline Mail on the left, second place to Delwyn Stoker, both of Timaru. Stocker, I think that word is. Caroline Bay, cooling off on Caroline Bay. From left, Sonia Jensen of Western Australia and Joanne Byrne and Louise Bryan of Timaru. Christchurch visitors, Mrs. Beverly Mitchell and her son Regan, 6.5, are the happy winners of the Westpac Bank Mother and Son contest in 1983-1984. A winning combination. Winners of the mother and daughter competition at the Caroline Bay Carnival for the third year running. Mrs. Cheryl Watson and 5-year-old Tanya Watson of Timaru. The three finalists of the fancy dress competition for girls 6 years and under. The third place getter, Jane Brady, 6 of Timaru, dressed as a witch. Rachel Hurst, 2.5 of Timaru, took first place as Wee Willie Winky, and second place going to Lisa Roper, 4 of Timaru, who entered as a Maori. Page was sponsored by the Dressing Room, Dove Print, and Timaru Marine Supplies Limited. There's a photograph here of a handsome-looking young girl. Hi, I'm Sharon, and I am your receptionist at Photo News. If there's a photograph in this or any issue of Photo News that you would like to buy, then give me a ring on 83987 Timaru. Our print prices are $6.50 and $4.50. Postage is free. Post your check to money order with a description of the photograph. Issue to Photograph Newspapers, P.O. Box 270, Timaru. And there she is, lovely looking girl called Sharon Bishop. Right, we've turned over the page to page 4, more carnival photos. Good buddies after the Timaru Town and Country Club's Junior Master Caroline Bay contest are from left, Andrea Holder, 5 of Timaru, who was second. The winner, Justin Thomas, was age 7 of Auckland, and the third place getter, Glenn King, 7 of Timaru. The glamorous and very charming Miss Piggy, played by Rachel Smith of Timaru, was one of the contestants in the Motellers Association Fancy Dress competition. 2-year-old Gareth Sweet of Timaru relaxes after winning the New Zealand Treasure Group Boys and Tiny Tots competition. The winner of the Motellers Association Fancy Dress contest for boys was 13-year-olds Shane Brady of Timaru. Information Centre. The South Canterbury Public Relations Office Information Centre on Caroline Bay was a busy spot during the Christmas New Year period. Staff member Robin Young explains some points of interest on maps of the South Canterbury area to Kim Hedegott, left, and Joan Vigil from Los Angeles, USA, who are touring around New Zealand. 12 charming young tourists themselves in the final of the South Canterbury Finance Miss Caroline Bay contest. Front row. On the left, Lynn Anderson of Christchurch, Karen Plummer from Timaru, Karen McKean, Timaru, Jane Hill from Christchurch, Kiwa Atkins from Christchurch, and Diana Walsh from Christchurch. In the back row, Leanne Leanne Thompson, Timaru, Donna Ramahana from Timaru, Tracy Woodford from Mosgiel, Christine Plumage from Temuka, Erica Yates from Timaru, and Alison Latimer from Timaru. The page was sponsored by Timaru Hire Equipment and Central Pharmacy in Stafford Street, Timaru. Right, across the page, on page 5, we have a radiant winner at the Butterfields Queen of the Carnival contest, Eleanor Hines of Pariora, the winner of the South Canterbury Finance Miss Caroline Bay contest, Kiwa R. Atkins of Christchurch, with the runner-up Tracy Woodfull of Mosgiel at left, and third place getter Alison Latimer of Timaru. The 3 place getters in the Caroline Bay Jeans Girl contest, from left, Leanne Hazlitt, second, from Rakara, Pam Leishman, first, of Christchurch, the Alison Latimer, third, of Timaru, 3 little cuties from left, Sasha Beckett, 6.5, who was second in the Junior Miss Cutie contest, the winner Tanya Watson, 5.5, and the third place getter Ray Hari, age 5. The 3 girls were all from Timaru. The page was sponsored by Albury Garage, 1980 Limited, Anscombe Contractor, and Dennison Enterprises Limited. Page 6 of Photo News, People, People, People. Here are some more photos. One of the many entrants in the Miss Junior Waimate contest is Kelly Spear. There she is. Above, Waimate rider Deidre Brown and her horse Cameo Lad are becoming a popular and successful team. Gary Morton prepares to give Alan Kerr's final blow before he bites the dust in the pillar fight contest at Fairley. Jason King proudly holds a photo given to his father Merv by the 14 Squadron, who spent a week here on an exercise late last year. 14 Squadron who spent a week here late last year. Below, the 3 place getters in the Miss Junior contest, Waimate contest, from left, second place getter Lisa Waldron of Waimate, the winner Tanya Chamberlain of Waimate, and third place getter Melissa Ryder of Morven. The page was sponsored by FTC, Farmers Trading Company Limited. Page 7, more people. Mrs. Barbara Mead was one of 13 lucky people who won chocolates and bread to mark Radio Caroline's 35th birthday, with Mrs. Mead as sales manager Gary Hennepin and announcer Peter Mack. A hot day does not provide ideal working conditions when it's haymaking time, but the work has to be done. Hard at work are Mark Kelleher, foreground, of Seadown, and Dave Graham of Gore. Ashburton visitor Ross Thompson meets a wallaby at the Hadlow Game Park. Lunchtime and a well-earned break for bowlers from left are Bill Gillespie, Town and Country, Theo Wilson and Ron Wiley, Kia Toa, and Lorna Wiley. Placings in the Princess of the Mackenzie Carnival contest went to, from left, Cara Casey, second, Sandra Anderson, winner, and Katrina Wade, third. Sonia Gallagher was awarded the prize for the helpful princess throughout the carnival. The page was sponsored by Langwood's Photos and Olive's Computer Centre. We turn over to the page 8, which is the middle page spread, which is sponsored by Showgrounds Showground Service Station, and Skin World on Stafford Street, and South Canterbury Finance, Manager Tim Underdown and Kevin Cloud, Credit Manager. Here are the photos. The Smithfield freezing works are just about in full swing with the major lamb kill just around the corner. Working on the chain are Mr. Lindsay Tyndall on the left and Mr. Joe Walker on the right. There was a great turnout for the Dairy Goat Breeders annual show with record entries. Above, Mr. L.F. Marsh of Gordons Valley with the reserve champion Buck Opua Cowrie. Mr. Ray Mervysey of Amberley with the champion Buck Velburn Andy. Alongside him here, on page 9, a grand old gentleman, Mr. Curtis, turned 100 last month, and with him, to mark the occasion, are his son Chester and daughters Mrs. Rona Sims on the left and Mrs. Mona Curtis. Mr. Curtis was born in Albury in 1884 and farmed at the Fairley district for 66 years on his own up until 10 years ago. Here's Mr. Peter Surgett tossing the sheaf at the Fairley Carnival Day. Checking in for the certificates after a 5-minute hike is Mr. Robertson of Fairley. This page was sponsored by Dalgety Crown of Timaru and Ashbury Carpets of Evan Street, Timaru. Page 10 of Photo News, sponsored by Dusty Miller Family Restaurant, Northtown Tavern. Doors for Floors, Carpet with Confidence. Smith's Wholesale Groceries, D Street, King Street and Evan Street, Morgan's Road and Temuka. Enting's Real Estate, Sophia Street, Timaru. Page 11, facing page, photo album. Above, McCulloch and Donahue. Peter and Stephen were married at St. Mary's Church, Esk Valley. They would like to thank their family, friends and everyone concerned who helped to make their wedding day such a happy event in their lives. Photo by Tim Hawkins. On the right we have Van Overen. Rushton, Chris and Wendy were married in Timaru on the 28th of December 1983. They would like to extend the warmest thanks to all the family and friends who helped make such a special day for them. Photo by Tim Hawkins. Below, Tutty McIntosh, Ian and Rachel were married at the Woodlands Methodist Church on the 6th of January 1984. Photo by Gus Bishop. The page was sponsored by Bridal Boutique, Valerie Woods at the Bridal Boutique in 8 Church Street. Here's another photograph. Below, Haggett and Blank. Michelle, eldest daughter of Barry and Mary of Christchurch, was married to John, son of Heather and Charlie of Timaru. Michelle and John were married at Gregory's Church, Bishopdale, on 19th of November 1983, and photo by David Connor. Page sponsored by Pages Centre, Paint Centre, and Right Cars Toyota, and also Bridal Boutique, Waimate Bride of the Year there, Valerie Woods at the Bridal Boutique. Over the page we've got Sport, Photo News Sport. Richard Myron follows the flight of his ball while playing at the Gleneaty Golf Course. Kevin Robinson teeing off on the 3rd hole at the Gleneaty Golf Course. Dave Arris from the Kyoto Bowling Club has a measure up during the South Canterbury Open Pairs Championship. Played at the weekend, Mr. Arris was playing at the Timaru Green. The New Zealand singles champion Robin Milne looked at ease during a game at Timaru. Paula Brady was one of the many young people who took part in the sailing course on Caroline Bay. The course comprised 3 days training and 2 days racing. The winner of the Pro-Am consultation 2-mile cycle race held at the Timaru Caledonian Grounds, Colin Ryan in the centre of Timaru, with third place getter Murray Steele left and runner-up Willie Rastick. The page was sponsored by W.H. Collins, and in their advertisement we have Jeff Day, Ray Cox, Barry Gallagher, Julie Fennick, Nola Doyle and Ray K. Dello. Cyclery from Timaru also sponsored that page. Alongside on the facing page, more sport. Doug Bailey of Waimate had a successful time at the National Bowls Championships held in Dunedin, bowling his way into the semi-finals of the singles. The Cloverleigh South Canterbury Organ Open Age Group Tennis Championships attracted players from throughout New Zealand and Australia. 2 South Canterbury competitors, Justin Daly on the top at Highfield and Ross Brown of Clandeboye, served to their opponents. Levels Raceway was the venue of some exciting action as supercarts reached speeds of up to 117 miles per hour. Taking part in the competition are John Gordon of Wellington, Nigel Smith of Great Britain. The page was sponsored by Rod Cook Marine, G&A McLaughlin Fire Extinguishers, Hawthorne Motor Services, Rod McElroy Auto Sales, and Johnson's Empire Tavern from Waimate. Now the Photo News Sports page. Jeff Kane is determined to stay with his mount at the Winchester Rodeo. There was excitement aplenty at the Winchester Rodeo, and here Tania Latter of Balclutha knocks over a drum during the open barrel race. With kite flying, Kazine runs the wind to the wing mark during the Epiglass Nolex 22 National Yachting Championships off Timaru. The Canterbury boat is crewed by I. Soper, M. Pearson, M. Longstaff and B. Ross. The closeness of the competition in the Nolex 22 Championships is reflected as 4 yachts vie for racing room around the third mark. Rounding the buoy is Timaru entrant Jasmine, skippered by Ray Johnson, followed by another Timaru boat, Kahulea and Burgundy, Lurie Canterbury and Rum Raider Gisborne. At the top, we have Miss Betty Black of Mosgiel seems a little concerned as she watches the path of her bowl during the play at the Town and Country Bowls tournament, and Jack Penny of Timaru Town and Country Club shows his style in the same tournament. The page was sponsored by Hawthorne Foodorama and Scott's Wholesale Furnishings in Welcome Street in Timaru. We're looking at page 15 now of Photo News, issue number 4, sorry. Beard's Motordrome was the sponsor there. Arundel Lumber Company and Skyline Garages in Timaru. There's an article here by the editor and the manager. Ron Bishop is the manager. Welcome back to Photo News 1984, and we look forward to bringing you more exciting happenings from around South Canterbury region. If you would like us to report your 1984 occasion, then give us a ring. Many people have asked how we are able to deliver photo news to your homes free of charge. We would like as many people as possible to have the opportunity of enjoying our collection of photographic news, but unfortunately distribution costs prevent us from reaching every home, and especially those in the rural districts. To overcome this, photo news is being made available in selected retail stores at 50 cents a copy. We will continue with our 17,000 free copies for the benefit of our advertisers. But if there is any way in which you may wish to contribute towards providing this community service, then write to Photo News at Box 270 Timaru. Below here we have another advertisement by Photo News. Extra copies. If someone who is not receiving Photo News, then please advise them that extra copies are available at selected retail stores throughout South Canterbury. Photo News stores. Whitgulls Limited Timaru, Hunters Park Store Timaru, Washtake Dairy, Washtake, Rob 7 Day Dairy Pleasant Point, Geraldine Bookshop Geraldine, Parker's Corner Store Waimati, Fairley Stores Fairley, Community Store St Andrews. Next issue. In our next issue we are introducing a new advertising size called Market Space. 6.5 wide and 4.5 deep. An ideal size in which to get your message into 17,000 South Canterbury homes. Inquire now for details and secure your market space in our next issue. Right, we're looking at the back page, issue number 4 of Photo News, page 16. Is your advertisement one of these? If not, then maybe your business is missing out on being noticed in South Canterbury most talked about community newspaper. Include Photo News in your 1984 advertising budget. Call us today and secure your space. And there are all the ads that we've done. This page was sponsored by Electronic House. Electronic House and 269 Central Stafford Street.